Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping straight in today because we're going to dive into the absolute best data-backed strategies for beginners to build highly profitable businesses in 2026, all without burning through your runway. Listen, if you've been searching for a realistic path to scalable income, one that absolutely does not require raising venture capital or taking out massive, terrifying loans, you are in the exact right place. We're going to completely deconstruct the business models that are crushing it right now.
Here is our playbook for today. 1. The zero capital myth. 2. High-margin service foundations. 3. The SaaS affiliate pipeline. 4. The offline million-dollar anomaly. 5. Scaling with digital products. And 6. The ultimate 2026 strategy. Okay, let's get into it.
Section 1. The zero capital myth.
You've heard it a million times, right? You need money to make money. Well, this classic piece of advice is actually a massive trap that keeps millions of people completely stuck. The problem is, this myth pushes beginners straight into low-margin, highly capital-intensive businesses. Think inventory-heavy e-commerce, dropshipping, or traditional retail. In those models, a huge chunk of your revenue immediately gets swallowed up by ads, returns, and payment fees. You could literally generate $1 million in sales and be left with just a tiny fraction of that in actual profit. It's brutal.
But here is the reality check. $0. That big, fat zero represents the actual startup capital required for some of the most highly profitable modern business models available to us today. The absolute truth of 2026 is that the most profitable businesses on earth require the least amount of upfront cash. Your investment? Well, that's just your skills and your time. So let's break down exactly what those businesses are.
Section 2. High-margin service foundations. When you have zero capital, the absolute best asset you can leverage is your own knowledge. Whether we're talking about B2B copywriting, consulting, or coaching, these high-margin service businesses are the ultimate recommended starting points for beginners. Why? Because they require essentially zero capital investment, they offer mind-blowing 90 to 95% profit margins, and most importantly, they generate immediate cash flow. You aren't waiting 6 months to see a single dollar. Now, consulting's amazing, sure, but it can be really tough to break into if you don't already have a massive, impressive resume. So where should a beginner actually start?
B2B copywriting is specifically highlighted in the data as the single most valuable skill you can learn for $0. It's rated at a medium difficulty level, but the payoff, it's massive. And that's because it directly drives revenue for your clients. Think about it. If you can write a sales page or an email sequence that measurably increases a company's conversions, they will gladly pay you premium rates. Once you grasp the basics of persuasion psychology, just one single sales page can justify huge fees, purely because the ROI for the client is crystal clear. Now, how do you scale a service like that without totally burning out? You productize it. A productized service is sold with a fixed price, a very clear scope, and standardized delivery. Take a look at Brett Williams, the founder of Design Joy. He offered unlimited design requests for a flat monthly fee. By standardizing his delivery and keeping incredibly strict boundaries, he managed to scale to $200,000 a month, completely solo, and he maintained those incredible 95% margins with almost zero overhead. Productizing just completely removes all that friction of writing custom proposals.
Section 3. The SaaS affiliate pipeline.
Okay, so maybe client services just aren't your style. If that's the case, let's talk about the absolute best high-ticket niche for beginners right now, the affiliate model. But wait, we are not talking about hawking cheap retail products. A lot of affiliates try to chase these high-ticket physical items, like a $15,000 solar roof installation. The barrier to entry there is huge, massive sales friction. On the flip side, getting a business to start a quick 14-day free trial for a piece of software has drastically lower friction. Software, specifically SaaS or software as a service, has a much lower barrier to entry for consumers, but offers you incredible financial stability.
And this is why SaaS affiliate marketing is such a powerhouse. Because these AI and SaaS tools become so deeply integrated into a business's daily workflows, customer churn is incredibly low. Seriously, once a company sets up their new HR software or their enterprise hosting, they very rarely rip out the pipes. This provides you, the affiliate, with compounding, recurring commissions month after month. You make the recommendation once, and you literally get paid for years.
Section 4. The offline million-dollar anomaly.
Let's take a quick detour away from the digital world for a second, because there is a super fascinating anomaly in the physical business space. Not everyone wants to stare at a laptop all day, right? So what do you think is the most accessible million-dollar physical business out there?
You might be surprised, especially if you assume you need specialized technical skills, massive franchise fees, or complex supply chains.
For anyone looking for an offline route, a commercial cleaning services company is widely considered the most accessible million-dollar business. Why? Because it requires absolutely zero prior experience to start and scale. Just one single commercial cleaning contract for an office building can bring in $3,000 to $15,000 a month. Secure 20 of those, and boom, you have a million-dollar business. It's highly scalable, you manage teams and operations, and the demand, it is completely recession-resistant.
Section 5. Scaling with digital products.
All right, let's head back online and see how we build true scale. Creating margin-efficient digital assets, think Notion templates, Figma design kits, specialized spreadsheets, and digital toolkits is an incredible model. You only need about $0 to $200 to start. Creators are making hundreds of thousands of dollars right now selling these specialized templates to other professionals who just want to save a little time. The beauty is, you build the tool once, and you can sell it an infinite number of times.
Digital products yield those massive 90 to 95% profit margins, putting them right up there with consulting. But unlike services, which require you to constantly trade your time for money, digital products create truly passive income. They can be sold 24/7 on global marketplaces without you ever having to worry about shipping, inventory, or fulfillment logistics. It is just the ultimate scalable online approach.
Section 6. The ultimate 2026 strategy. So, how do we tie all this source material together into a cohesive master plan for the year? We use the stair-step approach. This is the most effective overall strategy for a beginner in 2026. Step 1. You start with a high-margin, knowledge-based service like B2B copywriting. This builds immediate cash flow without burning your runway. Step 2. You use that active client work to gather really deep market insights. And Step 3. You transition those exact insights into scalable, passive income products.
Here is the real secret sauce. You shouldn't just be randomly guessing what digital product to build. By solving real painful problems for your clients first, during that active service phase, you learn exactly what Notion templates, courses, or spreadsheets the broader market will eagerly buy. Your service business is essentially getting paid to do the market research for your future passive income empire. It's brilliant. The data from these successful founders is undeniable. Capital is no longer the constraint, execution is. You have the exact sequence now, from a zero-capital service that builds cash flow, to a SaaS affiliate pipeline, to a highly scalable digital product. The barrier to entry has truly never been lower. But let's be real, the hardest part isn't picking the path, it's surviving those first 6 months. So ask yourself, what subtle psychological traps cause 90% of beginners to quit right before their compounding revenue kicks in? That is the most important question you'll need to answer before you start building today.